Laksh.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
And today we're here to help. And Maggie's going to talk about the first step of self sabotage. Hi, I'm Laksh.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
And we're here to talk about how to make your dreams come true, how to make that vision inside your head become a 3D reality. And one thing that can get in the way of that is our self-sabotaging.
So, step number one. We have 3 steps, but step number 1, I believe, is the most important because you cannot even start the 3 steps without being, number 1, aware. Are you even aware of how you're self-sabotaging? Because 9 times out of 10, it stems from childhood trauma, and those 3 core self-sabotaging, you can say symptoms, ways you react, triggers you have, are due to either trust, abandonment, or self-worth. So, for example, in my own personal life, my core wound is trust. So that is typically in relationships and career and friendships. Like, that's how I self-sabotage. Even though I'm not consciously aware of this, I used to not be. Now I'm very, very aware of it. But I used to not even be aware of the fact that I didn't trust others. And going even deeper into that, it's actually because I don't trust myself. Because in childhood, and our parents, of course, do the best they can with what they know. But with that being said, I didn't trust my parents always being there for me, and certain things went on in my childhood that really lacked a child to be able to trust their parents. So with that being said, in my relationships, like just for example, usually when we go out, typically, especially drinking gets involved, it's not so good. Because then your like subconscious and your ego is like all in play. And if he even like kind of, and this is gonna make me sound crazy, usually I'm very good at like hiding these things, but I'll kind of like either get revenge or like try to do the same thing I felt like he did to me by like, let's say I thought he flirted with a girl, then I would flirt with a guy. Like that's, and I actually have never done that with him. This is actually past relationships, even friendships. It sounds weird, but this is just honest. Like, and once again, I wouldn't even consciously do this. I would, if I felt like a friend was with another friend more than me or something, I would try to find another friend because I didn't trust the fact that they were going to be there for me. So maybe I needed a backup. This is just one of many ways we can self-sabotage. So I don't know if you can relate to any of that, but even if it has to do with self-worth.
Self-worth, I mean, that's something for me, but what I was going to say is for those people who are together, who are couples, like we are, we don't expect anybody else to be perfect. Nobody comes into the world perfect. But what our responsibility is to someone we love is we help make them aware of the bad patterns they're going through. If it's self-worth, if it's control, whatever it is. Maggie does a great job of letting me be aware of this is a pattern you keep doing. Maybe it's not the healthiest thing to do. She words it great. I don't even know she's telling me until like 3 hours later. And it's my job to make her aware of these patterns. Now, what she or I do after we know these things, that's up to us. And it's our responsibility to become the best we can be for those we love around us. But my own personal was self-worth, If any Indians are watching this, you guys know how it works. You are your grades, you are your job, whatever it is, whatever results you achieve in life becomes your self-worth. That is taught in our culture, and it is wrong.
Become aware of that, all right? Yeah, become aware of it.
Just be aware, yeah. We do not want to make the results the foundation of our happiness. And I realized that, a little too late, but I'm glad I realized it rather late than never, because if I let the results of my life dictate how happy I am, well, you know what? I'm going to be chasing something I can never reach.
And that's self-sabotaging. That's literally like the definition. Yeah. So
you guys have heard of all these people who keep trying to make more money, and they're still unhappy. There's so many millionaires in the world who are still unhappy.
Money can't buy you happiness. It's true.
But we want to choose happiness. But if you get deeper, why people are chasing it, it's because they're saying, if I should get this, I'll be happy. If I get this, I'll be happy. No, we're self-sabotaging our happiness. You know what? If I choose to be happy today, I'm going to hit my results quite a bit easier. Most successful people in the world are happy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just by simply choosing to be aware, and then once you're aware, you can also choose to stop self-sabotaging. So with that being said, just like me around other people, especially for some reason it comes out more in social settings. That's probably part of my childhood trauma too. Like my family is very social and I love that, but that also I think is a trigger for me to self-sabotage because that's what I saw as a child. Mm-hmm. So the point of this though is just becoming aware of that pattern that, oh my gosh, here's a trigger, social events. And then when I'm at them, if someone, I feel like is showing me that I can't trust them, I need to, instead of reacting, I guess you should say, in a negative way, I should take a step back and not really react, rather go within, ask myself, like, is this just a childhood trauma or is this something I really should be concerned about? And then if I do feel like I'm still concerned, I take my partner, my friend, whoever it is off to the side and have a positive conversation. And he's really, really good with that. Like, seriously, so good. Like, once I say, hey, like, this is bothering me, he is like instantly like, I'm sorry, like that upset you, and he really does fix it. He does not repeat, he's really good about that. He does not repeat cycles. When he's like aware of it, he's like, that's it. It takes me, I think, a little bit longer, just because it's an excuse I'm using, but like, it does. I think it's just, once again, social settings, it's like I was so brought up in that, and I just was so not aware that this was even like a bad thing or a lack of trust when I was doing this to people I love and around that. But anyway, so now that I'm aware of it, I can have now the choice to go, okay, do I want to continue to have triggers and react negatively, or do I want to choose to take a step back, go inward, ask myself if this is kind of worth even being upset over? Is this really someone showing me a lack of trust, or is this just a reaction from childhood? And so just by doing that, literally take 5 seconds to do that, I can easily then go and talk to him about it. So, and we've done it a couple times, but once again, drinking and whatnot can make that worse, and that's usually when this all gets triggered. So, but so going into then step number 2 would be knowing, once again, I went over this a second, but what is your triggers? What's your core wound that you're trying to heal? Because 9 times out of 10, even if you're not consciously aware, this is what is exactly causing you to self-sabotage your relationships, your career, your friendships. And once again, that would be, what are those 3? Trust, abandonment, or self-worth. So ask yourself, like, what was the first childhood trauma that happened to you? Dig deep. Ask yourself, do I trust myself? Do I think I'm worthy of everything I need and more? Anything I've ever dreamed of? Was I abandoned as a child? And do I chase or run from relationships, friendships, careers? So once you ask yourself that, then you can go into more.
Yeah, you become aware. And the next step after that is, once we become aware, once we are identifying, these are my patterns, and these are the things I'm doing incorrectly, we can't just say, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. One of the biggest pieces to changing our patterns in our brain is replacing them with healthy ones.
Exactly.
An easy example is, maybe I have a friend, he loves to drink. Every time he's stressed, he loves to pick up a bottle and drink something, Obviously, he knows it's a bad thing to do, but he just can't stop. Maybe instead of picking up a beer bottle, he picks up a water bottle. Right? Now we're replacing a very unhealthy activity with something that's very, very healthy. So we're still doing something. Every time I feel that itch in my brain say, I want to do that, let's replace it with something healthy. So same thing. Every time maybe I feel like my results aren't up to par, I have to take a step back,
Break the cycle.
Break the cycle. You gotta break the cycle, break the patterns. And you realize, let me focus on my activity. Let me focus on what I can control, not on things I can't control. And I will choose to be happy every single day. So by focusing on the new patterns, we can escape the old ones.
And control is an illusion, right? So you can control how you react though. So like control on your outside is absolutely an illusion. So you're going to have triggers. You are absolutely going to have these things. You're going to be at parties. You're going to have people drinking in front of you and you have to choose, the water over the alcohol. You have to, choose McDonald's or eating a healthy dinner. Like you have the choice and you have to choose the right one. And once again, step number 1, becoming aware. Step number 2, figure out what exactly is the trauma you're trying to stop self-sabotaging with. And then step number 3 is breaking that pattern and replacing it with a new healthy pattern. And so the more you do this, the less you will become triggered. And once again, control is an illusion. So your outside is not going to change. It's just, well, it does, but it's your whole life you're going to have triggers. And so what can change those, how you react to them. Are you going to self-sabotage people, not just yourself, but people around you? Are you going to actually start making those healthy choices and replacing that self-sabotaging with a positive mindset, a healthy lifestyle?
Yeah. What I love what Maggie's saying is when you identify which one of the 3 that you're really going with, you can get to the real issue of the problem. Rather than most people in this world and age, we focus on surface problems. Let's get deep, let's figure it out, and let's make our dreams come true.
Exactly. And we will, Just do these 3 steps, and I strongly, strongly believe that you absolutely will start making healthier choices and not self-sabotaging. So if you can, please, if it resonates, or if you have any suggestions, please subscribe, like, and share, and comment down below.
Tell us which one of the 3 is yours and how you figured it out.
Yes,
Love to
exactly. We'd love to hear it. All right. Peace, love, and namaste.